You've been standing in the yard for 5 minutes calling your Great Pyrenees while they stare at you like you're speaking a foreign language. You've tried treats, you've tried firm commands, and you've definitely tried wondering whether your dog is broken. They're not. What's actually happening is far more interesting. And once you understand it, everything changes. Today we're counting down the 10 mindset shifts that transform a supposedly stubborn Great Pyrenees into the most reliable companion you've ever known. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. Born independent. Your Great Pyrenees doesn't ignore you because they're stubborn. They ignore you because, for 3,000 years, their ancestors made life and death decisions alone on snowy mountainsides with zero human input. A shepherd gave them a flock and walked away for weeks. The dog that waited for a command before acting lost sheep to wolves. The dog that assessed the situation independently and acted without hesitation survived, and passed those genes forward. When your pyre seems to ignore your come command, they're not being difficult. They're running the same internal decision-making software that protected flocks in the Pyrenees Mountains. And number 9 reveals exactly when that software kicks in hardest. Number 9. The threat switch. Your Great Pyrenees can go from a 120-pound living rug to a fully mobilized guardian in less time than it takes you to register the doorbell. And here's the part nobody warns you about. You won't hear a thing. No growl, no bark. Just a silent, calculated launch. This isn't aggression. It's 2,000 years of livestock guardian software booting up. And it's the moment most new owners realize they didn't adopt a dog, they acquired a security system with fur. What triggers it? Anything that doesn't belong. A delivery truck idling too long. A stranger walking too slowly past the fence. A coyote silhouette on the ridgeline at dusk. Their independent mind is constantly scanning and assessing. And when it flips that internal switch, all your stay and come commands evaporate against instincts bred deeper than obedience. They aren't ignoring you. They're doing exactly what they were designed to do. And that quiet intensity is both the scariest and most awe-inspiring thing you'll ever witness. But wait until you hear what happens when the sun goes down in point number 8. Number 8. Darkness activates. Great Pyrenees are nocturnal by design. Predators hunt at night, so livestock guardians work at night. Your pyre isn't being defiant when they ignore bedtime calls. They're responding to a biological imperative that tells them darkness is when their real job begins. Barking at 3 in the morning isn't misbehavior. It's patrol. Pacing the fence line while you sleep isn't anxiety. It's perimeter security. Understanding this shift changes everything about how you interpret their behavior. They're not ignoring your schedule. They're following one written into their DNA long before alarm clocks existed. But the timing issue goes deeper. Wait until you hear what they're actually doing at number 7. Number 7. Silent assessment. When you give a command, your Great Pyrenees doesn't immediately obey like a border collie. They pause, they scan, they evaluate whether your request aligns with their assessment of the situation. This isn't disobedience, it's deliberation. A livestock guardian must decide whether a stranger is a threat, whether a sound requires investigation, and whether a flock needs repositioning, all without human guidance. Your pyre applies that same analytical process to your sit command when a squirrel just rustled in the bushes. They heard you. They're just checking whether your request makes sense, given the information they're processing. And that brings us to the biggest training mistake at number 6. Number 6. The trust shortcut. Most owners try to train a Great Pyrenees the same way they'd train a Labrador. Repetition, treats, and expecting compliance after enough practice. That approach fails because it skips the one thing peers require before they'll cooperate: trust. This breed doesn't work for just anyone. They work for partners they respect. If you've been demanding obedience without building relationship, your pyre has been politely declining to take orders from someone they haven't yet accepted as their equal. The fix isn't more training sessions. The fix is proving yourself trustworthy. Consistency in your actions, fairness in your corrections, and patience when they need time to think. But number 5 reveals why traditional motivation backfires completely. Number 5. Praise over treats. Labs will do anything for a biscuit. Great Pyrenees will take your biscuit, eat it, and still not come inside if they've decided the yard needs monitoring. Food rewards work, but only as a bonus, never as the primary motivator. What actually drives a pyre? Genuine approval from someone they respect. They want to know their decision was right. They want your appreciation for the patrol they completed, not a treat for a sit they performed. When you shift from transactional training to relational training, the transformation is almost immediate. The dog who wouldn't budge for chicken suddenly responds to quiet praise. And number 4 explains why your tone matters more than your words. Number 4. The vocal key. Great Pyrenees are exquisitely sensitive to tone. Raise your voice in frustration, and they don't feel motivated. They feel disrespected. These are deeply dignified dogs who will shut down completely when handled harshly and open up entirely when approached with calm confidence. Commands delivered with anger communicate instability, and an unstable handler loses credibility in a pyre's eyes. Commands delivered with quiet, steady assurance communicate leadership. The same dog who ignores shouted orders will respond to a calm, firm request spoken at conversational volume. It's not magic. It's the difference between giving orders and offering direction to a partner who's deciding whether to follow you. Number 3. The boredom trap. Repetition kills a Great Pyrenees' willingness to engage. Running the same drill 10 times in a row convinces them you have nothing interesting to offer, and they'll wander off to do something more stimulating, like staring at a distant tree for 40 minutes. These dogs need mental challenge and genuine purpose. Training sessions must be short, varied, and connected to something they care about. 5 minutes of problem-solving beats 30 minutes of sit-stay repetition every time. When you make training feel like work that matters instead of busy work, the dog who seemed impossibly stubborn suddenly becomes curious, engaged, and surprisingly cooperative. But number 2 reveals why even perfect training fails without one crucial ingredient. Number 2. The respect contract. Here's the truth. Most pyre owners learn the hard way. You cannot dominate a Great Pyrenees into obedience. You can only earn their cooperation through mutual respect, and that respect must flow both directions. When you acknowledge their judgment, honor their instincts, and give them room to be the independent guardian they were bred to be, they repay you with a loyalty so deep it feels almost human. But demand blind compliance, and they'll give you exactly what you've earned: nothing. The contract is simple and non-negotiable. Treat them as an intelligent partner worthy of consideration, and they'll walk through fire for you. Treat them as a subordinate, and they'll treat your commands as suggestions. Number 1. The mindset shift. Stop asking why your Great Pyrenees won't listen. Start asking what they're paying attention to instead. That pause before responding isn't defiance, it's analysis. That refusal to come inside isn't stubbornness, it's duty. Everything you've labeled disobedience is actually your dog doing exactly what 3,000 years of breeding told them to do. Think independently, protect vigilantly, and trust only those who have proven themselves worthy. When you stop fighting the livestock guardian mindset and start working with it, respecting their intelligence, earning their trust, and communicating with calm consistency, you don't just get compliance. You get a partner who chooses you, every single time. So if your Great Pyrenees has been staring at you like you'll need to make a better argument, now you know why. They're not broken. They're not stubborn. They're just waiting for you to understand how their mind works before they decide you're worth following. And once they do, you'll have something no treat-trained obedience could ever replicate: a guardian who chose you with full intention. Are you working with a pyre who finally got it? Drop your story in the comments. If this video helped you see your fluffy mountain in a new light, give it a like and share it with someone still standing in their yard wondering what they're doing wrong. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.